Well, hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Scout Tactical channel. So today a review of the Goal Zero Yeti 500X lithium power pack. It's about a 6-month review. I have had one of the first ones that they ever made. I just got this back as a replacement because the first one completely failed me. So I thought, okay, I'll do a review now that this thing has done real well, then all of a sudden done not so well, right? Some of the things that the X version of Goal Zero stuff has started to address were shortcomings of the bigger lineup. And I don't know when you'll watch this video, but basically just a week ago they announced the 1500X and the 3000X. Later there'll be a 6000X, and the X gives you some new ports and it gives you some regulation. I like all that, right? And my 1000, which is 40 something pounds, this thing's only 13 pounds and about the size of a piece of notebook paper. So much easier to carry when you're camping, but it has a regulated 12-volt port, which the 1000 and the original 1400 did not. So I like that. It has the new USB ports, and so that's an 18-watt quick charge port for some of your faster phones and tablets or whatever you're charging at night. And then it also has the new 60-watt PD. One cool thing about that, and most people aren't doing this, is it's an in and an out. So you can plug a USB-C in that PD port and charge at 60 watts. It also comes with a 60-watt AC adapter charger, or you can charge from solar. There are two inputs, by the way, one in the front, one in the back, but I did find it's one at a time. So if you plug in the back, you can't put another solar panel or something in the front and dual charge like you can with some of the new stuff like from Blue Yeti, people like that. And that brings me to the weakness. So this thing works well, it's lightweight, that new regulated 12-volt port works a lot better for a fridge and stuff. It won't just zap stuff down, and it maintains that constant voltage for most electronics. But the weak link, and Goal Zero is just starting to address this in some of their bigger units like the new 1500 and 3000, is the charging input, right? This is 22 volts or less, so you can't use some of these nicer solar panels. For example, Overland Solar, theirs runs at 27 watts, right? Others run at 30. My Safari panel from Australia, it runs at 52 volts, so you can't use that one either. So you have to you're constrained to some of those lower end panels that run at a lower voltage, and high voltage is kind of the thing, which means it's slow to charge. So you're looking at 5 hours or so from the AC adapter. You're looking at 5 hours or so from running it off the 100 watt. I had the Nomad 100, and as I can show you, I'll show you the cut in the videos right now. I have a cable which let me do 2 Nomad 100s, which is, Goal Zero okayed it, but it is above what the website says it can handle. It's maximum of 10 amps, 100 watt normally on their website. So with 2 panels, it charges well. But again, the Goal Zero panels being low voltage, if you get any cloud cover, things like that, the panels drop instantly, gone to zero, right? I was getting 65, 70 watts, 55, depending on the sky. In the spring in Texas, which is a sunny area, any kind of cloud goes over the sun, boom, zero, and it would remain at zero. So because of that low voltage, it just doesn't keep going. It does have an MPPT solar charge controller built in, which my old 1000 did not. And I said did not in the past tense because I just sold it a couple of weeks ago, right? That thing didn't have a regulated 12 volt. I had to add the MPPT module, and I had to add a quick charger to it. And with all those, it was still a beast to charge, 25 hours, 15 hours, depending on what you were doing in a camping situation. So this worked out better for me, but I'm still selling it. Probably replacing this with a Blue Yeti AC50S, which I've already ordered. Remember, this is my money, full. Goal Zero doesn't know me. They never give me 1 penny of a discount. I bought it because I liked it. And I have a lot of Goal Zero gadgets. Their lights, their lanterns, their power packs, their little charging packs, various cables, all these things, these adapters you have to buy. So there is one more option that'll quick charge this. It's a new AC adapter that Goal Zero has out. It's your best hope. It is 110, so it's not going to be much help camping unless you have a campsite like a state park with electricity, but it's a 120 watt charger instead of a 60 that it comes with, and that'll let it charge in 2.5 hours. So now you're talking, right? Something like that. I would use this at night for charging up our phones, which we weren't using much, but we still kept them going for, text here and there, whatever, checking email or what have you while we're camping in Colorado. Week-long trip. And charging the phones, using this for a CPAP breathing machine at night, which uses about 35% of this capacity on the machine I have, which I just started using that thing. and then plugging the fridge in while we were gone would mean when we returned to camp it was totally dead, right? So it was killing it. Problem I had is it was raining, or off and on raining, so I didn't leave the solar panels out, and even then those solar panels from Goal Zero aren't rated to work in the rain. And that sounds strange, but good solar panels are working in the rain. So yes, you can leave them out. It wouldn't draw that much, but even if it wasn't getting energy, it's okay to leave it out. It's not going to ruin the panel is what I'm saying. So real weird situation because of the cloud cover. We weren't getting any solar. We weren't getting any solar when we got back because it was, you know, maybe sprinkling or raining and things like that. We couldn't leave the panels out. And even if I plugged this into the inverter that was in the Tacoma at the 60-watt power adapter, which is all I had for this, we weren't getting much charge. So we were kind of left without power. Now, one caveat, and you may run into this, I sure did. The reason I just got a new one back, mine stopped taking a charge. You plug into input, it would flash, nothing on the meter. Normally it flashes the percentage that you're on, you know, it flashes the battery meter as it's going. Mine went to 0. So I was calling Goal Zero. It would take a USB Type-C PD port charge, 60 watts, but of course I don't have a PD port in the Tacoma yet, which I'd like to install one, but I was stuck. I was going to Colorado and this thing stopped charging. And talking to Goal Zero, the first 5% that they made, they said, and I did order one on opening day for this thing, which I'll never do again, had a problem in the drivers basically. If it detected the 100 watts or what have you, which I had 2 solar panels on it, it would turn it off. It would blow a fuse and turn it off. Internally, there are 2 bolts up top, Allen bolts up top to try to take the thing apart, which I've never done. There's 2 in the back, you know, so you could take this off. They said don't do it, it'll void the warranty and it can't be fixed. It's something they have to fix. So instead of fixing it, they just gave me a new one. Total turnaround, about 2.5 weeks, so not terrible. During COVID-19, not terrible. And I got it back, but it left me high and dry in Colorado. So what do I like? Well, the size, the weight, love it. The new features of the X ports with the QC port and the PD port, love it. I have a MacBook Pro for work. I can charge it right off of there, what have you. So love that. Hate the low voltage. Hate the low input for solar or AC. You know, when some of these other companies, and I've already said Blue Yeti, but Blue Yeti is doing big voltage. Suoki, you know, some of these other companies, which are not the giant, Goal Zero is the giant in the field. They are the biggest, most stable company by far. But when other companies are all going high voltage, Goal Zero hasn't. And again, in the new 1500 and 3000, it's supposed to be a 50 volts, so they have gone a little higher. But the competition is still doing 150 volts, so they're not there yet. I understand that kind of promotes their battery longevity. You don't want a quick charge of battery all the time because it won't have enough cycles. Speaking of though, this is rated at 500 cycles, where some of the competition now is rated at 2500 cycles, and even on the small ones, 2000. So it's not going to last you as long as some of the competition will today. So in my opinion, and again, Goal Zero fanboy, right? I have a lot of their stuff, more than most people. Their cycle life isn't there, their charging ability just isn't there, but it was. Now the industry's kind of moved past them, and these guys have been left, you know, a little bit behind in the dust. So still like them as a company, great customer service, super nice people, but wish it would charge faster, and wish it had more cycle life so it would last, you know, 5 or 10 years instead of lasting 2 to 4 years. And I'm just throwing numbers out there based on how you use it, you know, and the temperature and everything. Well guys, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please consider subscribing. We're doing tactical gear, guns, we're doing defense, we're doing prep stuff for emergencies, we're doing camping, we're doing off-roading, UTV with the new Polaris, we're doing all kinds of different stuff. So if you get a chance, consider liking and subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching.